Hey everyone, this is Seema here from CSA Bangalore chapter. Welcome to our new podcast series where we invite top leaders to share their insights on key industry topics related to cybersecurity. Today we have Shashank Bajpai. He's a CISO of Yota Data Services Private Limited. So we welcome you, Shashank, to our podcast and happy to have your insights on intersection of cybersecurity and AI, and we believe your insights will add value to global cybersecurity and AI community addressing their evolving challenges and opportunities in this space. So without further delay, let us start. I would like to have your introduction, a small introduction, and then we can start the podcast with the questions around. Uh,
Thank you, Seema, and thanks, CSA, for having me on this podcast. You have to introduce myself. I am CISO and CTSO at Yota. Yota is one of the India's sovereign cloud. We are our own Indian hyperscaler in itself, and we provide a lot of other lines of business, cybersecurity being one of our line of business also. And I take care of entire governance, the compliances, as well as cybersecurity measures, which we take to make our cloud platform as robust, as we can. That's brief about me. I've been in cybersecurity field for more than 15 plus years now, and happy to collaborate over here, and put my leadership thoughts across.
Sure. Thank you so much for joining us. So my question is to you is on around quantum AI and future of cryptography. So according to you, what are your insights on how will AI assist in post quantum cryptography defenses?
Yeah, I've seen the might of artificial intelligence when it comes to the infrastructure, because we offer Shakti AI as a cloud offering from Yota, which is predominantly NVIDIA powered, and it can do teraflops and hexaflop operating systems, the floating point operating systems, the operations which are required, within minutes, and that is predominantly what synergy is with quantum, right? Because we have seen that encryption and decryption takes a lot of toll on computes and computing power, but with the advancement in artificial intelligence and the advancement in the computing power which AI cloud is bringing in, I guess this operations of quantum will become much more simpler, much more faster, and I say the adoption rate would further increase. It is scary in one sense, because by using the same compute, we can in fact break the traditional RSA, ECC, and other algorithms which have been the classical encryption which have been going on, and hence we have to further devise newer quantum resistant algorithms which would be a post quantum cybersecurity standardization, I guess. So that is a pure, I guess, more greenfield. We can see more number of algorithms and more number of quantum resistant algorithms being developed. A lot of applications, they are still obviously leveraging the Diffie-Hellman and RSA exchanges and everything, which kept on the NIST kept on, we can say, deprioritizing the key length. The focus was on to as big the key size is, it will become that much more difficult for hackers and the adverse players to break the key. But with quantum, I guess this completely changes, because we have seen the advancement in computes, not just in cloud providers like us, but also we have the computing power in everyone's hand nowadays, right? We can see the smartphones, the revolution which has brought in by 5G and 6G networks. Now everyone has got gigabit of connection right at their hands. And then with that amount of network power as well as compute power, I guess this kind of adoption of new age, as rightly said, AI and new age quantum computing would further get have an adverse effects, because we are more from a cyber defense perspective, we are more resistant towards having regulated entities having compliance standards and everything. And whereas such a thing which is completely democratized, as you can see, everyone having large number of compute sets and the hacking skill set, so that would I guess would be severely affecting the standards. Obviously, I guess that is one of the scarier side, but it good is that obviously the same technology can help us build algorithms which are quantum resistant, which will be able to protect against such kind of attacks. And then with advanced AI, we can in fact detect pattern based recognition on what kind of adversaries are attacking us, or maybe even sponsored attacks, or maybe the patterns which were very difficult to analyze earlier. Now it becomes much more simpler with the advanced analytics inside the security defense capabilities. So I would like
Right.
to sum up like that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for the insights. So, what are the implications of quantum computing on current encryption standards?
So Sima, I guess that obviously the lower bit keys are already deprecated by NIST. So we are getting a lot of mandates that we should go ahead with more than 2048 bit. Has to be the minimum. You cannot have a lesser key length.
Mm-hmm.
So that is already deprecated by NIST, lesser key lengths. So that is one part. I mean, we can increase the key lengths to, as I said, to increase the complexity. But I guess the right phase is now to have develop new algorithms which are quantum resistant, something which will have to which is also called as post quantum cryptography standardization. I guess that is much more required to have these resistant. And NIST is also taking, I guess, steps in addressing how the quantum key distribution will be there, or how to get quantum random number generation algorithms built in, so that it becomes easy to have this kind of algorithm built in, and then we can use the same to do key exchanges and then applications leveraging the same. So the I guess the it's an initiation point. I guess it's still initiating at very nascent stage, whereas applications are still not quantum ready to absorb quantum cryptography. But sooner or later, I guess that will be a platform wherein we develop platforms which are enabling the even traditional and current legacy applications become legacy, and then they start adopting the quantum resistant cryptography standards. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for that information. And how should organization prepare for AI-powered quantum threats?
Uh, so, uh, so it's basically, I see that one should not be complacent that we are already having say HTTPS kind of a thing, because HTTPS is just a secure tunnel. Whereas inside your enterprise, how many applications are really doing encryption based processing of data, because data encryption at rest and in transit has been the norm. But what about data encryption in processing? Because nowadays we have APIs, so much of exposure of APIs, that data under processing also can be can be theft. So there can be a man in the middle when we are doing data processing between the applications itself. So I guess that is the whole model of encryption has to change from top to bottom. We have to look at how the data flow is happening, where which all systems or which all applications are handling data. Ultimately, I mean, the whole cybersecurity agenda is to protect our crown jewels, data being one of the critical asset of the organization.
Definitely,
Uh,
yes.
and with the advancement of AI, I mean, this API exposure will be not just handled by humans. We have the hackers. They are also leveraging AI to develop tools which can cause damage at large. That is the hacking incentive behind the entire thing. So yeah, so that is I think how organizations should look like is they should be having much more focused approach towards encryption, as to where what all things they are encrypting and how they are encrypting.
Sure, sure. I agree with you, Shashank, on that. So I wanted to have more insights on SOAR, that is security, automation, and orchestration. So, according to you, how is AI streamlining cyber security operations through automation?
Right. Having led SOC at multiple organizations, I've understood that SOC analysts at all level, they are pretty much doing a needle in the haystack kind of environment. They are so much caught up in actually driving security intelligence out of the so many offenses and so many alert notifications they receive. So I guess a lot, as I said, a lot of has to go to AI and ML, and then reduce that alert fatigue. That is hitting the SOC analysts, because SOC analysts are doing a lot of heavy work and a lot of hard work, and they should be doing much smarter and much security defensive work. I guess that all boils on to have a SOAR or SASE based or SOAR based approach towards security operations. AI driven security intelligence obviously does lot of, as I said, lot of pattern matching, incident matching, a lot of playbooks which are pretty much automated. Say, for example, there is a SOC alert which says that there is an adversary, a state-sponsored adversary, say from Russia or China or whatever, trying to attack certain organization, which is say a BFSI organization, and is trying to attack its core banking systems or its online payment systems. Because every business is now exposed to internet, not just say financial services, but yes, there a lot of financial incentive goes to these kind of attacks. So automatically, I guess these IP addresses or these attack vectors, should get blocked onto the firewalls, the perimeter security and measures, be it IPS, IDS, everywhere. It should not be a manual SOC analyst who's identifying, then creating a ticket or then reaching out to the network team or firewall team, and so the whole turnaround time reduces and it becomes much faster, much more automated. Obviously, the intelligence, human intelligence, has to go in, and we cannot completely remove all SOC analysts and replace it with AI. That would be quite disastrous, because it is humans who further understand that, yes, I mean, which kind of application has got which kind of sensitivity, right, and whether we need to really address it. But as I said, a lot of doing a needle in the haystack kind of analysis, and that alert fatigue, that so many alerts are coming in, which is a false positive, and doing that, basically what happens is, many a times I have seen that genuine incident alerts, they kind of get missed, and that's a human failure, because ultimately humans have a tendency to kind of we're not machines. Obviously, we will have that level of false negatives also hitting very badly. And then obviously the security incidents are a matter of when, because we are not saying that security incident will not happen if we say implement, say, a SOAR based approach. Security incidents are going to happen, but it is how fast we can do an incident response, how proactive we are, and as I said, the whole tat around incident remediation, resolving the issues, it gets reduced, across all levels.
Right. Thank you so much for those insights. So my next question would be around on the best practices for integrating AI into SOAR platforms. According to you, what are the best practices for integrating?
So analytics, as I said, is one of the critical piece when I say AI powered security, um, because as a lot of anomaly detection, lot of behavior pattern matching, lot of access control behaviors. These are all now risk based. I mean, gone are those days wherein I would have a draconian, set that these are the public IPs or these are the private IPs, which will be allowed inside my data center. As I said, it's all API driven data exchanges happening. Organizations are no more set to boundaries of corporate offices or locations. It's work from anywhere environment. People are leveraging so many different networks to come inside and consume so many critical applications. So it is all the risk basically factoring has to be done much more faster by AI. So, for example, if today I'm in Bangalore, and tomorrow I'm within say hours, if my user ID is being used to log in, say from China, that definitely means that there is some breach, because it's within hours. I really cannot be changing my location. So obviously that geo location based pattern matching and everything has goes by far more defensive, and then decentralizing the entire security operations, because the traditional approach of what you can say consolidated security pattern matching being at a central location is now gone. I mean, every edge, every laptop, every mobile computing device is a threat to the application and central data which we are trying to protect. So to address the security or threat right at the source, rather than it culminating inside the data center, coming inside our perimeter, and then we are discovering. So I guess that is wherein AI should definitely help us a lot, wherein we are able to kind of identify the threat right at the source. So I guess that sums up more of AI focused approach.
Right. Thank you so much. So my next question is on around how can AI reduce analyst fatigue and improve SOC efficiency?
Yeah. So when it comes to SOC automation and threat intelligence, SOAR and AI, these are the AI-driven SOC basically helps us to not just do, as I said, a pattern matching, but also drive in the threat intelligence, because these are not just vulnerabilities in action. There are also the threat vectors, the exploits. So vulnerability might exist for years. We have seen this in Log4j and other examples, that the vulnerability existed for years together, but it was not looked after only and only when the exploits were written for that particular vulnerability. Suddenly, it became an industry-wide alert that okay, now you have to start remediating, start putting these devices under security control, and so on and so forth. So I guess AI-driven approach towards alert fatigue, as I said, the analyst can look at much more smarter ways of detecting AI trying to address the alerts by automation, AI trying to address the remediation by itself. As I said, it's more towards edge and endpoint controls. So if we have say endpoint detection response and edge level SASE level controls which can secure the cloud and remote access architectures, and obviously the wholesome approach of zero trust, culminates into the, I guess, a unified approach towards resolving. So AI, as I said, is a piece in the puzzle. Obviously, AI by itself cannot reduce everything. It has to go hand in hand with the SOC, with the analyst, with the human intelligence, as well as other security products. Because how I look at cybersecurity is it not just one silver bullet, trying to address all the problems, but it is rather a mesh of all different technologies which has been created over and time and again, be it at network level, data level, edge points, and so on and so forth. So to basically address the mesh of cybersecurity, I guess AI would definitely help in giving the analysts and the incident responders that tools and ecosystem in itself to be more agile, more scalable, and I guess more ready for upcoming emerging threats, because threats is something which we are always racing towards addressing, and they
True.
keep on emerging. Yeah.
Certainly, I agree with you, Shashank, on that. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your valuable insights. I'm sure there are so many takeaways to all our cybersecurity and AI community across globe. Thank you so much, and hope to see working with you again. I mean, on any other podcast series. Thank you
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, Zin. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for joining.